Hi, welcome back to the Absolute Human Podcast. I'm Jag.
And this is Sonia.
Today we're talking about summer.
It is summertime.
Yeah, and what are you going to do?
Because you can't do the same thing that you were doing in spring or winter or fall.
No, summer's out. I mean, you got to go out, you got to do stuff, you got to, yes.
It's about bursting forth. Everything is out during the summertime. The plants, the flowers, the animals, and we have to follow suit.
Right. It's, well, actually, like I was reading a little bit about summer, and it's a Proto-Indo-European word, which the root is sam, which means some, and it means together or one, or togetherness.
Oh.
So it's about getting out there, connecting.
That is really interesting.
Yeah, summer. It tells it just in the word.
Huh.
Yeah, so this is what we're talking about today.
Okay, perfect. And one of the reasons that this particular topic came up is I'm working on a book project and have found a lot of difficulty getting motivated and staying at the same pace that I was with the writing just even a month ago.
Whose brain works in summer?
And then Jug here reminded me that summer is a very different time.
Brains don't work in summer.
No.
That's why even we're still like, we're thinking about having the podcast, and we're like, what are we going to talk about? And nothing came up. And so that's kind of like an indication that our brains are not working. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens. We get left out of school, and even school, like, I mean, school was, it was never traditionally this way in North America either. Before the Civil War, school in the North was year round.
Okay.
And school in the South was off during the spring, so kids could help in seeding and planting.
Okay.
And in fall, it would be off.
Right.
So summer it's actually not like, it hasn't been around forever that summer was always off. But we are usually, I mean, everybody's off in summer in some way.
And it's almost like conventional school has sort of trained us to be that way, right? Like the bell rings, you don't think about studying or anything mind related. It's all about being outside, playing, and hanging out with your friends, which is really what the energy of the season is about. But it's
because brains don't work. And it's hard because, a lot of us have projects, a lot of us have intentions about what's going to happen in fall. I'm writing a book on white supremacy, light title, and writing a book on shame and how it's one thing stopping you. And Sonia's writing a book on rhythm and timing. And it's moving.
Very slowly. Maybe in a different way.
Right.
Yes.
So should we be upset? Should we be mad? Should we be like frustrated that we're not getting stuff done, or what, Sonia?
No, we should, if we understand the energy of the season, we can really utilize it to still keep going with our creative endeavors, and even just in our general health and well-being, of course. But if we understand it, we can just organize and think about our day a little bit differently. So it's actually a success versus feeling like we're swimming upstream and just trying to do the same thing that we did the day before, but it's just not working.
Right. Like summer has a different feel to it than fall would. We don't need to bear down and get to work all the time.
No, not at all. I mean, summer begins at noon on the solstice. So it is the longest day of the year in terms of light here in the northern hemisphere.
Right.
And in Chinese medicine, of course, the brilliant body clock that I'm writing about in my rhythm and timing book tells us that
BB, brilliant body clock. Yeah.
That noon is the most yang time of the year. So that's when your energy is at its peak. In Ayurvedic medicine, that's when digestive fire is at its peak. So there's a lot of firing going on.
Oh, so digestive fire is at its peak too.
At noon.
So that's why. No, noon. Okay, yeah, not just in summer.
And in summer as well too.
So people can eat all the ice cream they want.
They cannot eat all the ice cream they want.
July is ice cream month.
It may be ice cream month. we'll talk a little bit about diet as well too, but cooling foods are good at this time of year, but just not too much ice cream.
Yeah, and like don't go crazy.
No. So things
Like a space-icle.
maybe just one, but maybe watermelons,
Right.
fruits.
Revels.
No Revels.
Okay. So like not much ice cream because it still is really cold. I mean, if you have it once in a while, it's fine. But if you have it too much, it actually weakens the digestion and it really harms your immune system.
Dampen, and mostly it's because of the sugar content in there plus the cold. Those two things together are kind of dangerous.
And we're in a pandemic.
Oh, right. That is
Things are still going on. We want our immune systems to be strong.
We want to work on it right now. So that,
right, because fall's coming.
Exactly. And summertime is really almost about, you want to rebuild that energy that you've used in the winter and spring. So when we talk about it being such a fiery season and a great time to go out, that's true. But we want to make sure that we're balancing that with some rest as well, too.
Right,
so,
napping.
Yeah,
maybe.
Or napping is great. That's why, I mean, a lot of warm countries have siesta times.
Right. Yeah, because even in the warmest countries on the planet, they don't eat ice cream. They don't sit there eating cold foods.
No.
Like when I was in India and it was I remember that was the hottest day of the year. It was 47 degrees that day.
Wow.
At night, it cooled down to 35.
Oh, jeez.
And I was staying obviously in a non-air conditioned place. And no one was eating ice cream.
Mm-mm.
No one was sucking back cold drinks.
No.
And everyone was drinking tea.
Right.
Warm tea.
Right. And, it makes us, because it makes the body just sweat on its own. So the pores will open and it will release some of that heat. And so the chi doesn't get, stuck and stagnant in the body. So we can also remember that too. Like, if we're, like even with our exercise, we can ramp it up just a little bit so that the body is sweating just to get out the toxins.
Right.
During summer.
So watch the cooling foods. Like drink tea.
Green tea is a great thing to drink.
Because in summer, even the CDC says that children gain the most weight over the summer. I don't know what's going on out there, but you'd think it would be different.
Right,
But they gain the most weight during the summer. And they're more likely to have bad sleep and tend to eat more junk food. Obviously, no rhythm.
Yeah, and because you don't want to just be doing one side of it. Like that's just the summer season out of balance.
Right.
Like where it's just, too much indulgence and cooling foods or too much like partying or just, really pushing it to the limit on all of that stuff. So then of course you're going to have
fat kids,
restlessness, anxiety,
unhealthy kids.
So
yeah, because you gotta have some, even in this summer, even in the when the sun's out and everybody's out, you want to have some sort of timing,
right?
Some sort of rhythm,
right?
Or else we get lost in the day.
Yes,
which isn't the worst thing, but it throws us off timing and throws us off balance.
Right, and we really want to understand. And in the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine, which is what Chinese medicine is based on, this is a quote from it, is that in the 3 months of summer, there's an abundance of sunshine and rain. So the heavenly energy descends and the earthly energy rises. When these energies merge, there's an intercourse between heaven and earth. As a result, plants mature and animals, flowers, and fruit appear abundantly.
Huh.
I'm going to keep going on. So some suggestions that they offer about really utilizing this time is that one may retire somewhat later at this time of year. So going to bed a little bit later while still waking up early because it's light outside. One should refrain from anger and stay physically active to prevent the pores from closing and the chi from stagnating. And that one should not overindulge.
Don't get angry.
You can get angry, but not...
But they're taking down the monuments of those civil...
That we can get mad
What are
about.
they called? Those evilness. Yeah.
The Confederate statues.
Take all the statues down.
That's a very joyful thing that's actually happening.
Yeah, take it all down.
So, but more about letting go of grudges and letting energy...
Right, stagnate.
Move. Yeah,
yes,
we don't want any stagnation. So we want to keep things...
Right.
Flow.
Nice.
Flow is very important.
What else are you saying?
Well, you can, even just to be outside
Yeah.
is wonderful. I mean, here in Canada, that's, really the only little window that we have. But if you're, outside, like, be barefoot on the grass so you're kind of grounded a little bit. Like, you really want to stay in
and connect
balance.
to the simplest things. Like, it's, first of all, even us having a word called outside is so bizarre. That we've made inside normal.
Right.
Like, inside is normal. And now we go outside in some sort of field trip back to nature.
Right.
We don't have to go anywhere to see nature. You just go, on your lawn, just anywhere.
Yes.
It's right here. It's right there. You don't actually have to chase anything.
Because it's that disconnection from nature that's really caused us a lot of the imbalances that we're finding.
Right.
So we just really want to return to that and understanding by, okay, well, it's summer outside. What does that mean for my body? Like, how can I utilize that to nourish myself? And
isn't it ridiculous we have to talk about these things? Like, it's so crazy that we have to talk about how summer is about being outside. But this is what happens in a society where the constant push is to numb you out, pull you into Netflix, make you not think, and continue to numb you out.
And that's the thing that's going to take you so off rhythm. So by reclaiming that, then you get to actually have a more whole expression of what your body's really capable of.
Right.
Yeah. So we want to be outside, listening to the birds, smelling the flowers, and really just noticing like like everything is alive right now.
Kill dandelions.
Don't kill the dandelions. They're actually really good for your liver, but you can smell the flowers.
Isn't that funny about dandelions? Like the most, like in North America, we all have liver problems. Like, I know even if you think you don't, you do. It's just the toxicity we carry,
We all do.
the frustrations we carry, and the stagnations that all of us have end up in our liver. And what does nature do? It throws dandelions everywhere around you, yelling at you.
Right.
Like, use this.
Yes.
And what we do is we kill it. We try to dominate, and that's how, we try to shove it all down and make things look what we think is pretty.
That's right.
Where dominance has somehow looked attractive. So go outside, right?
Yes, please be outside.
Play.
Yes, this is the time to do it. We've got a proclivity to that right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's like that joyful energy. That's the emotion that's related with this time of year and fire element. So it's, about really being open to what's around you and to the people around you. Like you said, like with the root word of summer. Together, like
connect.
Union. Yeah.
Connect with your old grandparent. Give them COVID. See, it's a different time. You can't see as many people as you can, but you can still connect.
Distance. Yes, we've talked about this.
You can still connect, wear a mask, you can still connect.
Yes, yeah.
Still reach for people. This is the time to really reach for people and to really like people again. You like people.
Yes.
Sometimes we just need to be reminded.
Right. Having that heart open.
Right.
And, like this is real. You can really connect with a greater part of yourself that's more like your intuition and more not so much your head mind, but your heart mind.
Right.
A little bit more. So connecting on a different level.
Sum it up. What should we do?
So, okay, we're going to go outside.
Yes.
Engage our senses.
Yeah, tons of ice cream.
No, but we're going to eat cooling foods.
Yes, watermelon, mango.
Yep. And any fruit or vegetable will do.
Yes.
Make sure you're staying hydrated.
Yes.
Get some exercise.
Right.
Go to bed a little bit later, but still wake up early.
Bush parties.
No bush parties.
What?
You can, but just do
COVID.
it in moderation. And
because of COVID.
And COVID.
Yeah, it's summertime.
Yes.
School's out. Remember that? And you used to play.
Go play.
Time to get out and play and connect with people and like people once again. Because fall comes pretty quick.
Yes.
And it's not too far away.
We have to rebuild right now. Get that sunshine in us because it's got to take us through until next spring.
I'm Jag. That was Absolute Human Podcast on summer.
I'm Sonia. Thank you, everyone, for listening.
All right, we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.